Excellencies, Presidents, Prime Ministers, Ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to be here with you this evening. I have been invited by the Secretary General in my capacity as a Goodwill Ambassador to this August Assembly on Human Rights. As you're undoubtedly aware, we are living in an increasingly dangerous world. Today, humankind is confronting the most dangerous moment since life first began on Earth 3.8 billion years ago. We now face a trinity of existential dangers that can destroy all life, along with the biosphere which sustains it. Our choice, ladies and gentlemen, is no longer between peace and war. Rather, our choice is now between peace and extinction. Your Excellencies, there have been 5 mass extinction events in our planet's history, and they were all beyond our control. No species in the animal kingdom played any role in catalyzing those events. Instead, this trinity of existential dangers we now face are a result of humankind's own actions. Industrialization, enabled by the burning of fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas. It is these actions that have inadvertently resulted in climate change and ecological collapse. The 4th Industrial Revolution has given us AI, which is well on its way to surpassing human intelligence. Once that happens, artificial intelligence will become an existential danger. This is the view of AI experts and practitioners at our leading academies and companies. And finally, we are witnessing a collapse in the world order that has long been underpinned by the international rules-based system. System has been humankind's single greatest achievement since the birth of civilization. This breakdown will likely lead to a proliferation of nuclear weapons across member states. And this, ladies and gentlemen, greatly increases the risk of nuclear war. Your Excellencies, it has been 12,000 years since the birth of civilization in Mesopotamia. Since that time, we have been inflicting violence upon one another for a variety of reasons. But in the wake of the Second World War, we employed our intelligence, our problem-solving ability. We then amplified this extraordinary, uniquely human ability. We built networks of cooperation across civilizations, geographies, polities, and nations. Together, we said enough. No more war. No more killing. Under the leadership of the great powers, we established international law and the rules-based system. It was not a perfect system, but it was undeniably an unprecedented leap forward. During these past 80 years, that system has performed remarkably well. It has protected the rights, sovereignty, and borders of nations, whether large or small. But today, as international law lies abandoned, there are few remaining constraints on our actions. The great powers have forsaken that noble system, and this is having a devastating impact. The lives of millions lie in ruins. Just ask the children standing behind me. Please allow me to introduce you to a few of my noble guests. They've been patiently and quietly listening to me this evening. Ali is a Palestinian boy whose parents and 3 siblings recently died. Soldiers opened fire while his family patiently waited in a fenced-in queue. They were waiting for food and water at an authorized distribution point. Ali is now an orphan alongside countless other children in Gaza. Sarah's family died when the apartment building where they lived was bombed. We are now searching for foster care for Ali, Sarah, and many others. Artificial intelligence systems are extensively being used by the IDF across Gaza. They accept a very high level of civilian casualties if they can successfully eliminate just one combatant. Raya's family died from famine in the ongoing civil war in Sudan. This is the unfortunate fate befalling tens of thousands of other displaced Sudanese. Anna's family was killed when their bus was mistaken for a Ukrainian military transporter. Their community bus was completely obliterated by an AI-enabled drone. Anna's sister survived. She's badly injured and remains in a coma. Michael's family perished when flash floods recently ravaged his community in North America. We're trying to find a foster family for him as well. Your Excellencies, these beautiful children's lives offer a glimpse of the suffering now engulfing our world. This trinity of existential dangers: climate change and ecological collapse, the breakdown in international law and system, potentially leading to nuclear war, and finally, the awesome and unchecked power of artificial intelligence. Together, these three devious nemeses are leading humankind down a slippery slope. Your Excellencies, this is the pathway towards devastation and extinction. So this is how it ends. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it ends for all of us. For all of us. But it needn't be this way, because there is another path. We can choose to cooperate with one another as we once did. You will recall that not so long ago, we established the international rules-based system. Ladies and gentlemen, it was our greatest achievement in 12,000 years. If we select this pathway, we can contain these awful dangers before we are too late. Your Excellencies, no leaders in history have ever faced this most solemn of choices, this sacred choice of peace versus extinction, as you now do. Make the right choice, and history will ensure your courage and wisdom are recorded for posterity. However, if you make the wrong choice, all life, human and otherwise, is likely to perish. No historians will remain to write your noble story, nor will there be anyone left to read it. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this most solemn of choices is entirely yours. I and my courageous band of orphans thank you for the opportunity to address you this evening.